Morning. So we've got 4 orders leaving the store, but today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to show you my favourite collectible to leave the store overnight. And then yesterday I was having a clean up at the unit and I found some collectibles that I've never listed. It's some action figures. So today I'm going to basically show you them, and then I'm going to show you the process in basically having the bundle of figures, and then the process it takes in getting it onto the eBay store, and yeah, show you what's coming to the store tomorrow at 8 PM. Let's go. Before I show you my favourite collectible to leave the store, we also had a wrestling figure sell, Hard Rock pin badge, and some wrestling accessories sell. I've not packed them yet, so I've not got the parcels, but I'm going to do that after I've done all the recording. But so the favourite order to leave the store overnight is a wrestling t-shirt. As if you watch the channel a bit, you'll know yourselves, wrestling t-shirts are some of my favourite collectibles, and I'm always trying to get them in the store. So here we've got a WWF WrestleMania 22 William Regal bad to the British born t-shirt. So when I'm buying wrestling t-shirts, football shirts, gig t-shirts, any t-shirts for the eBay store, I always check to make sure the colours still look fresh. So even if it's a colour like black, it can, after it's been worn quite a few times, it can still be faded, and they're all signs that it's been worn quite heavily. After that, I then look for the print. So on this one, as you can see, the print is in really good order. There's no signs of cracking, there's no peeling, and that's the same for the back. Although it's only a small print, you can see it is in like excellent condition. And then the third thing that I look for are the inside labels. First of all, quite obvious, but you want them to be present and easily readable. And then again, if they're easily readable, it's a really good sign that the shirt hasn't been worn much. It's hard to see on the camera, but you can see there it's in really good order. So yeah, really nice shirt, and we'll get this one packed up and onto that new collector now. So that's all the packing done. I'm not going to do a vintage video today just because I think there's only been like 1 or 2 sales. So instead, hopefully some more build up overnight and like today, and tomorrow we'll have a bit more to talk about. But yeah, I was having a clean up at the unit yesterday, and as I was cleaning up, there's so many collectibles that I've either never listed or they're no longer sat on the store anymore. So I found these, and yeah, let me show you what they are, and then I'll show you the process it takes getting it onto the store. So we've got a Buffy the Vampire Slayer annual, which is signed. I'm presuming it's by the author. And then on the back, it's got the certificate of authenticity. What I really like about this set is it's got some hologram stickers on the plastic sleeving, so there's no way I could open this without tearing those stickers. So for collectors, that's going to make it a little bit more desirable. So let me show you the figures. We've got Willow from, obviously, yeah, I'm not going to keep saying from Buffy, but again, certificate of authenticity. We've got Angel, and again, it's got the hologram on the back. We've got Buffy the Vampire, obviously main character. They're not the only thing I would say is they're not the most clear because they're in the plastic packaging, and it does look like them figures are both actually really clear blisters. But on Angel and Willow, the plastic packaging has actually discoloured a little bit, so we do need to say that one has opened from the hologram sticker. But yeah, so like I said, we've got Buffy there, and then we've got the Master, who I'm presuming is a villain. I don't really know a lot about Buffy the Vampire, but when I found these, it was actually, yeah, quite a good thing. I've got no doubt, if I had to have a guess, these are probably worth. Let's have a look when they're from, what year. Is there a year? You'd think there'd be a year on these. So on the certificate of authenticity, it looks like they're from like around 1999, so either late 90s, early 2000s. But as just box seal figures alone, I'm guessing these are going to be worth like 20 to 25 pounds, and then the fact that they're signed obviously makes them more collectible. So I'd probably put them between like 40 to 50 pounds. So it does actually say, again, I'll do some close-ups, but they are actually limited to 2,500, and each one is is individually numbered, so it doesn't just say one of 2,500. This one's 549 of 2,500. But yeah, it's probably going to be a set that I'll list for, I don't know, maybe £200, but we do need to check other listings, see if there are other listings, and see how much they're going for. But what I'm going to do to make this listing a one of one, and there's not going to be any others on eBay, is I'm going to I've got some Buffy the Vampire video game posters, which again are really collectible, and I've got, I don't know, maybe between 40 and 50 of those posters. So I'm going to take one of them off the listing I already have, and I'm going to include it in this set because it's a great way for me to stand out on my listings. And then I can also include keywords like video games, which will help bring this listing up. But it's also going to complement the collection for any collector, because anybody that's buying these figures, if you're buying these figures sealed and signed, you're not going to be opening them. You're probably buying these as an investment, as a fan, and appreciation for Buffy the Vampire, the TV series. So yeah, I'm going to put these, obviously box them back up, and then take them to mine and show you the process in how I try and create the best listing I can for my eBay store. I'm back home now, parcels are done, Vinted's done, everything's done. Let me show you the poster. So this is the gaming poster that I'm going to add. It's going to add to the display, it's going to get people looking at the listing, and yeah, that's what we want. So I have to use my phone to do my listings. So what I'm going to do is shove my head camera thing on, and then you can see like how I do my listings. And I'm also going to do like a screen recording when I'm like pricing up and showing you like, yeah, the eBay listing. Let's go. Before we start, this is how basic the photo setup is. It's literally worked really well because it's all white background. The poster will go behind that plug socket because we don't want the plug socket showing. But yeah, it literally shows, if you're selling, you don't need like loads of fancy equipment. When I get my new unit, I'll probably start investing in a better space for listing. But for now, still does the job. While I'm doing the photos, I'll talk you through what my aims are. So the first photo on the listing is so important to capture all the collectibles that I have for sale on this listing, because let's say if I just do one photo of the poster, and a customer or a collector, they're just going to see £200 for a poster without clicking the listing and seeing that there's also like an annual signed figures and everything that's basically on offer. So the aim here is to capture everything in that first photo to get collectors to stop what they're doing, click the listing and see what's available. So I'll include a screenshot of what the first photo looks like, but the aim is to, obviously, like I said, get everything so it shows what's for sale, And then it was also important that you get like different pictures from all angles, like side, just to show the cord and if it's like curving. And also I really wanted to get pictures of the two figures in comparison to the two that aren't discoloured. So yeah, just I will be specific in the description, but it's good to be on the photos too. So when it comes to checking the price, literally, eBay is like a really good tool to use to check the price. I'll just type in, like you see the Buffy figure signed, something like that. There's nobody actually selling these as a set, but based on experience, I'd much prefer to keep this as a set because it makes it more unique. And with that poster and the annual, it's just a lot more desirable. Rather than just go straight to the sold listings, I'll also have a look on the active listings and just see like how many people are watching the figures, because it just gives an idea of say, yeah, the audience and how many they could have been watching for years, but it is still good just to see that a few people are watching the listings. After I'm happy looking at the active listings, I then go up and go into like the sold listings where I can see what people have paid for these in the last 90 days. And then from there, I basically click on one of the higher sold listings just to copy their title and yeah, basically make it my own, which you'll see in a sec. This just basically saves me time from writing out loads of keywords again. So yeah, it sets the template. With eBay, the first 4 words on your listing are the most important. So for me, in this listing, the most important things to get in here are like Buffy, figure, signed, and yeah, we fill out the rest. We want to include words like video game and poster and annual. Comic would have been good as well, actually, thinking about it, but you have only got 80 characters. So you see here in a second that instead of having the plus sign, I'd much prefer to have the word game in the title, because it's much more likely that, myself included, I'd search keywords such as game rather than a plus sign. The plus sign just makes it look neat, but it's not effective. So as you can see, I've taken out quite a lot of the keywords that this person used on their listing. And the reason for that is I don't tend to search for like autographed or things like that. So I just base it on my own searches. So I'd much prefer to include like certificate of authenticity, poster, game, annual, because I feel like they're keywords that I use more. And that means there'll be other people out there probably using those same keywords. So it looks like the person who sold this Buffy figure in the past, they used a specific category just for Buffy collectibles. But for me, I changed the category to action figures just because it's a bigger audience and there's a lot more item specifics you can use. So more people are going to see this, and fair enough, they might see this listing, not be into Buffy, but they could click my store and end up buying like a wrestling figure, like something else. Next, it's item specific. So it's so important to fill all these out because this is basically what's going to help you appear higher in the search results. If you only fill 1 or 2 out, you're not going to appear high up. Granted, like this is a listing where you're going to appear on page 1 or 2 just because there's not a lot of listings, but still, it's just good to get in good habits, and that's why I'll always fill out the item specifics. Next, we move on to the item description. So I'll always start by using the AI function just to basically fill it out, set the template, and then I basically make some tweaks to include what the AI's missed out and just make it sound more human. I'm not sure if it's because I use it a lot, but you can just tell it's a robot that's wrote that. After I've done that, I'll create a paragraph of my own, just going into detail about the faults. So the biggest faults here, 2 of the figures have discolour on the plastic packaging, and you could say that the card backing has some curves. So yeah, include that. Never had a collector before say you've included too many photos or you've put too much in your description. It's better to put too much than not enough. And then at the end, I will end on a positive, just reminding people these are sealed. It's a unique collection, and Yeah, they're all in good condition overall. I did forget to put the poster dimensions in, so I'll put that in. Again, just saves people contacting. Yeah, after that, it's on to the pricing. Based on sold listings and what's active, I think £200 is fair, considering four figures. They're all in very good condition. The annual's there, and you've got the poster too, which I'm selling for like nearly 40 quid. So get that listed. That goes live tomorrow, 8 p.m. And let's have a quick look, see what that first photo looks like. Happy days, captures everything. That's all done. Took the absolute mick to edit that because it crashed and then I lost like 20 minutes of work. But it is what it is. Something a little bit different today, just to show you what goes into getting collectibles on my eBay store. Yeah, thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And yeah, tune in tomorrow.